So, people, the most important move in the entire golf swing, and over 95% of amateurs know nothing about it. If every single great ball striker is in this position and you're not, then you're probably wasting your time. This will help you stop flipping, create lag, create shaft lean, create speed, and improve your all-round ball striking. Now let's have a look at some of the hidden moves to great ball striking. Johnny Miller explains the secret to the amateur player, and we'll show you how to immediately jump to the next level with some of the best drills and the best feels that you've ever seen.
So people, let's take a moment to understand this position where every great player is and has been over the years, so that you can get a better understanding of what you need to do with your golf. 1, 2, 3 fingers here of the glove hand when the shaft is parallel to the ground. We're generally seeing big angles come down. Major checkpoint here is when your chin is directly over the logo. We've got a right angle, shaft lean, and then rotation. Now, amateur golfers, they don't have the rotation in the hands and the fingers, and the glove hand's always on top. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, and we'll see them flipping. What happens to an amateur when they create the correct amount of hand and wrist rotation? They hit it left. They hook it. They hit it left, and then they believe it's wrong, so they go back to their style, never changing, always doing the same thing and going around in circles. The hook is a good sign. Why is that? Because then you can start to add in the characteristics like more shaft lean, a bigger angle, to neutralize that. For example, if I have the perfect release here, 3 fingers showing, I've generally got the toe over the heel here. If I've got that position here and I flip it, I'll hit it left. If I see that angle coming down, see how I flipped it? If I pull down now on the grip, I get this grip to come in deeper. I like to say deeper. That will neutralize the club face. Watch the club face. Okay, so you can see how that's moving. I pull the hands back. This part's interesting. Close the club face, get some shaft lean. Okay, see what's happening here. So the thing is, guys, when you actually do rotate and you hit it left, you're standing at the front door. It's just about to let you in. So this way we can start to get the club to swoosh out in front. This way we can pull down on the grip. Then you can get your hips to move faster as well. All these things down the bottom that make sense. We have to get away from this position into this position. In fact, the amateurs would probably look like something like this. We need to get to this position, seeing a large part of this arm. Knees in, seeing these 3 fingers, and then store up, build up, create these angles so that we can release this past the ball. Like Fred Couples says, guys, let's move into a fascinating video, drills, exercises, feels, and get everyone finally to understand what's going on and consistently improve your golf over time.
Now, coming up in about 40 seconds, we've got a couple of game-changing drills you don't want to miss. But first off, let's have a quick listen to what the legend Johnny Miller says is the simple reason why amateurs don't hit the ball as good as they could.
And another way of thinking it is this left thumb. I want you to think of this. Your thumb starts at the ball. It doesn't matter what kind of grip you have, that thumb is going to point at the ball. And when you go back, everybody's way over here, and you're coming down here. And boy, this thumb now has got a lot of work to do to get back to that ball when you get down in here. So you got to know that it doesn't keep staying here. If your thumb hangs back here, pointing there, you're going to be a slicer, a push slicer. You got to know that a lot of the power in golf comes from the thumbs here, and then in just this much time, it goes whoom, and the club moves 5 feet. That's where the pros get all that power you don't see, is because the average amateur gets up here, and he comes down here, and he goes like this. There's no crossover power, where a lot of pros, like a Tiger Woods, will get down here real deep, or Ben Hogan, real here, and then in just one little flash, they go whoo, and they get all that crossover power. That's where a lot of the power comes, by taking that thumb, getting it back to square at impact, or if you draw it, making the thumb actually get ahead of the ball at impact, and that's a draw, and then you hit that way, okay?
There's several separation points in the swing, and this is being one of them, guys. The ability to rotate from your elbow joints down, rotating the hands and the wrists, the forearms, without rotating the tricep. Okay, so the ability to be able to bring this club in really, really deep, rotate on the other side. So what we're going to be doing, great drill here, is really the elbow staying close into the side, and you're rotating your hands. and feel like this arm's not coming out, keeping this arm close to your side as you rotate. And if you can create separation, if you separate this part of your swing from your tricep and your shoulder, this is one of the keys. Also, moving your hips forwards without your head is a separation point in the swing. Now, if I do it slowly, you'll see there's a lot of rotation. Right? We see that a lot of rotation on this side. We're seeing the fingers. But when we sort of speed it up, it's a little bit harder to see the rotation. So this is what people don't realize. This is why when we see the swing move fast, but when we slow it down, we actually see that there's a lot of rotation in the hands and the wrists.
So guys, we just sold out our golf schools in Orlando, Florida, Dr. Neil and myself. The new golf schools will be in the last week of September. Evidence-based instruction, guys. No more guesswork. What are you waiting for? Reach out to me at Craig@WorldClassGolf.com, Craig@WorldClassGolf.com, and we'll get you playing the best golf that you've ever played. It's absolutely fascinating when we look at the truth of the amateur golfer and the different levels, the different handicaps. Take a moment to have a look at the handicap 0 on the left of the screen. Look at the angle that's stored up here compared to the handicap 6. Can you see that? Just a subtle difference here, but from this position here, he's able to create speed, shaft length, more compression, and consistency of strike. Looking at the hand and the wrist motion through the golf ball here, we see the hands and the wrists rotating. Now watch the handicap 6 here. I mean, it's not bad. Handicap 6 is not bad, but see the glove hand? Now this is affecting really hundreds and hundreds of thousands of golfers around the world. The left hand on top, you never really become a great ball striker with the left hand on top there because you'll have to flip it more. So guys, let's fast forward to the release now of the handicap 13 player, and we can see that it's even less effective. Now this is going to cause him to unconsciously cast and flip even earlier, causing all sorts of different problems, fat shots and thin shots. So guys, if you want me to analyze your swing, give you an online lesson, this is what you'll get: a video with my voiceover, your swing, side by side examples, finding that point of failure in your golf swing, specializing with senior players, online lessons with people from all over the world. It's an unbelievable system. We can cover every area. We've got unlimited messaging, and your online lesson is in conjunction with literally 1,400 videos, 85 separate series at WorldClassGolf.com. Reach out to me, guys, and I'll get you on the path to playing some great golf.
So guys, you see that position there? Right, this is an incredible drill here. See that position? See how my wrists are touching here? This is what we're going to do. We're going to store up some big angles here. Have a look at this drill here. And I've shown people this for quite some time. Right wrist moving into this flex position, left wrist into this extended one. And this is a wonderful way for people to learn to also rotate but release it a little bit under. There's a combination of rotation. Then you've got right wrist flexion, left wrist extension, and we can combine the two. Now let's have a look at this for a second here. Moving through the golf ball, right arm parallel to the ground. Around about right arm parallel to the ground here. Knees closed up. You see where the grip's pointing down, almost like it's an extension of my right leg here. Now, from this side, what we're doing is we're getting this type of look.
So guys, we're not rolling the club viciously over. There's a combination of right wrist flexion. See the picture on the left, left wrist extension here. And it's this combination that frees up the release and enables players to really create much more lag and a much better angle coming down. I think we can see it from this angle here. I filmed a professional golfer from a ladder actually filming down. You can see that movement just by imitating these movements and understanding what the hands and the wrists are doing. The greatest way to be able to pick up your angles and create effortless speed and effortless power.
We're going to feel like these wrists touch, like they're moving under, a la Adam Scott. Looking at Victor Hovland, Nelly Korda. You know, we've seen it with Hogan through the golf ball. DeChambeau's been talking about this for a couple of years now. And we've seen it with great players like Garcia as well. Wonderful way to move freely through the golf ball. What we can do, get yourself into the position, right wrist flexion, left wrist extension. Just stay there for 5 seconds or so. Right, just get a feel of where that is. Come back, really keep it nice and loose, and then wind it up. And then move through the golf ball. I'm really flushed, that one. And it's effortless speed and power moving through the golf ball, closing up the gap of your knees. High left shoulder, seeing a large part of this arm. We're getting this right wrist flex, this left wrist extended. capturing feels, looking down at your hands and wrists. You can apply lots of little practice swings, wind it up and release it past the golf ball here, guys. We're going to release it here past the golf ball, and we're not releasing it back here. It's not flipping, and we're not taking the hands out of it. Everyone believing that somehow you'll be more consistent if you take the hands out of it. How did that ever get famous? My God.
Okay, so let's have a quick listen to what Fred Couples has to say about the release.
Get the club up here. I clear my hips, but I release the club going down the line. But when I say release, I don't hold on this way. Otherwise, you're going to hit it a mile to the right. So if you can learn to clear your hips a little bit and let the club go down the line and release it towards the ball, not back here where you're doing this. So there's a point where I think about once I make contact, then I feel like I'm releasing the club. So it'll be what I call past the ball. So once again, for me, I get the club back, and once I come down here, I'm clearing, and my point of release is actually at the ball, not back here. You're holding your angle. Once I get here, I go at it with pretty much, it doesn't look like it, but I go at it with everything I have.
So what's absolutely remarkable these days, through the use of your mobile phone, your cell phone, you can measure the rotation. And what we see when we see the Handicap 0 to Handicap 6, see the different numbers there? We're getting less and less rotation through the golf ball. And the higher that the handicap is, I'm just measuring so many people, I think this is fascinating, the less amount of rotation that you have. Now, this hack motion, this sensor, it's incredible. It just does so many different things.
So guys, getting this right wrist to move, it's hack motion of using the trail wrist is how good is this, right? It's so good, this thing. But moving into the position, if we lose these positions, we start to get these chicken wings, we start to get stiff release patterns here. This movement through, what you can do is you can set it up. When you hit a shot, you can play it back and have a look at the truth, right? Where your wrist positions were. Now, moving through the golf ball, when we're freeing up the release, and we're getting around minus 30 degrees here in this trail wrist into a flexed position here, understanding your wrist angles, getting a 45 degree angle coming down and moving it into a minus 30 degree through the golf ball, you're getting your highest point of speed at impact. This is the best training aid I've ever seen in my life. Hack motion, get in the description box underneath, get your discount code. This thing does absolutely everything. So guys, a couple of great thoughts here for you. Nice strike on that one. A couple of great visual pictures here. Now, most amateur golfers, they don't apply enough force coming down. The club gets wider, they turn and they leave their hands up, and we've spoken about that. What I want you guys to feel, when you start to release, rotate a little bit, get some right wrist flexion, left wrist extension, when you start to hit a few out to the left, I want you guys to pull down on this grip, create some energy, create some force, and this way this room, this distance from the shaft to the shoulder is going to stay a lot closer. If I don't pull down and I've got this bad habit and I'm casting, I'm fly fishing, I'm coming into impact, if I start to rotate, I'll hit them left. So I want you guys to feel like you're pulling down, and this release, this hand motion, your finger and hand rotation is going to be after the golf ball. I wanted you to feel that it's out this way. We can do front end therapy, we've spoken about that. That's reverse engineering, drawing it back, but pulling down on this left hand gets this in nice and deep. It'll give you more shaft lean, and then you can rotate your hands and your fingers. When you think you've got a feel, try and keep it loose. Just try and keep it smooth when you're doing your drills, and then move through the golf ball. Really just a smooth swing, but hit it a long, long way. There's a lot of speed in that club head there. You see the grips pointing up, slight arching of the back, getting a good framework at the end in your finish position. Guys, once you start to rotate, hit them left, once again, pull down on that grip, and you're gonna force some energy. For a lot of you guys in there, you're gonna get closer to this zone where these great players are.
Voted Best Swing Analysis and Best Online Instruction by several independent surveys. World Class Golf Instruction is transforming thousands of golfers at every skill level. Do not miss out. This video platform has over 1,400 videos and 85 separate masterclass series. The most structured and detailed video platform ever created. improving golfers on average between 4 and 11 shots. Join the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. This is golf instruction that you've never seen before. The proven PGA corridors, factual evidence-based material. Unleash your true potential with the cutting-edge swing analysis technology. Experience the thrill of progress with the state-of-the-art practice programs and specialized golf fitness plans. Best information available.